You want other people to be able to operate your business without you being the operator. That's real business. That's what major CEOs have businesses that look like. They're not doing all the work. So if you hire leaders, you're not going to be just hiring hands. You're going to be hiring heads that are able to operate and people who think and can operate and solve problems and take ownership for their position versus pointing their finger to the owner for not taking responsibility.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D.
Welcome back to the Big D Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Sachkowsky, and as always, my show is built on three pillars: wealth, freedom, and relentless execution. Wealth is all about building financial power and creating sustainable success. Freedom is all about taking control of your time, choices, and your future. And relentless execution is all about making bold moves, overcoming obstacles, and executing without excuses. Now, before we jump into today's episode, November 6th, the 7-figure Blueprint Syndicate, it's coming live again. This time, myself, Sam, and Abdel. We also have a special guest, Bedros Keuilian. He's flying in from California. This is not a pep talk. This is not theory. This is the blueprint for people who are in service-based businesses, entrepreneurs, contractors, anyone who wants to scale and they're stuck, within their own operations and finally want to build something without them doing all the work. If you're tired of working 16 hours a day and you feel like you're just a glorified employee, this is the room that you need to be in. Tickets are going to sell out. Make sure you DM me so we can secure a spot for you. The last event sold out literally days before the event. We anticipate that this event's going to sell out probably a month before the event does happen. And we're about 2 months away. So now understand, we have to figure out why your business owns you. Well, the hard truth is that most business owners don't actually own a business. They own a glorified job. Think about it. If you stepped away from whatever it was that you do, whatever your business is, for 30 days, would your company still grow? Or would it collapse because you're not present? Most contractors, landscapers, HVAC contractors, real estate agents, they're trapped. They're doing estimates, picking up material, answering calls, putting out fires, dealing with people when they are doing all this work and putting all this pressure on themselves. And the worst part is that they believe that this is the grind that makes them strong. You talk to these people, they go grinding all the time. The grind never stops, always going, whatever it is. The reality is the grind's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you stuck where you are without the ability to grow further and where you belong to be. You can't build wealth if your entire company depends on you showing up every single day, day in and day out. You've put yourself in a prison with your own two hands. Now, there's so much pain to this. And there's a huge cost that you doing everything yourself puts a lot of pressure on. Here's what happens when you keep being the bottleneck of your business. There's 5 things. The first thing is burnout. You're constantly exhausted. You never step back to think strategically because you're always going. The second thing is you have capped growth. You can only take on as much work as one person can handle. Next, you have no exit. Everyone always talks about, I'm going to sell my business one day. A business that depends on somebody has absolutely no value if you ever want to sell it. Trust me, I've been there. I thought years and years ago I could sell a company, and I was the company. And until I stepped away and I inserted processes, systems, and I got people to do the jobs that they were being hired for, and I was able to sit back and look at the company operations, work on the company operations, instead of working in the company, doing all the jobs, now the company was sellable because it has systems, processes, and people in place to operate that business, and I didn't have to do everything all the time. Broken trust at home. That's another one. Your spouse gets the leftover time of you. Your kids get whatever energy is left of you. Listen, I've seen it time and time again. And the last one is disbelief that you have what it takes to get bigger. You put yourself in a position where you don't believe that you have what it takes to get to that place where you one day felt you deserved, the reason why you started your business and where you thought it eventually would be 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from the day you started. Now you're just kind of stuck in this space and you're telling yourself like, you know what? Maybe I'm just supposed to be here. I'm happy where I am. I'm making enough money. But are you working 16, 20 hours a day? Are you making that much money? If you divide that time up by 6, 7 days a week, how much money are you really making? I've seen time and time again that business owners work themselves to the ground. Trust me, I was one of these people. Pulling in $1 million a year in revenue, taking home, less than a W-2 job. Just because they refuse, I refuse, we refuse to build systems. We want to do everything our way. We don't want to automate anything. We don't want to systematize anything. Systems create predictable results, and you have to understand that. If you're not putting systems in your business and you're not allowing your business to be prioritized around processes that are going to help you grow, that's not freedom. That's slavery with a bigger paycheck and a lot more stress. So my story is pretty simple. I remember talking to my mentor and I go,